eyes on the card, let's start the show. Dub it fast, it's a Mobo Bingo demo.
Hello, welcome to the Gigs Games demo of Mobo Bingo. We're going to do a quick walkthrough of some of its features and how to use it. So if this is something you would like to try and play, you're in the right place. Let's get started. So we're right now in the Gig Game Hub on the Mobo Bingo detail page. You can also start this on the front page when you log in as well. Essentially what we're going to do is start by clicking a play now. And I already have a game started. We're not going to reuse that. Let's make a new one. So right now, it just built us a game. We have an acknowledgement in front of us, just making sure we're going to apply with any applicable laws, with our area. I'm acknowledging this. And you'll notice in the right-hand corner, we already have a QR code that just got assigned to this new game event or game session, if however you want to look at it. All right. So the first step is here, we need to define what game we're going to run. Let's just do a real quick basic game. Start, standard bingo, load. What we have in front of us here is a standard bingo game, following all the rules of the card. You know, the first 15, 1 through 15 are in the B, and then 16 through 30 are going to be an I, and so on, building out the card. Now, this is a standard game at this point. We can open up the HUD just to show you what that looks like. So this would be displayed on a TV. Your players can now scan with their QR codes, joining right on in. And you can start calling right down here, specific, or have it call next random, or even start auto calling. And let me just show you what that actually looks like. I'm going to move this off a little bit because it's not going to show. I'm going to turn auto call on. And I'm going to say every 10, actually, let's see about every 15 seconds. I'm going to be a little too quick.
Welcome to Mobo Bingo. Get ready to start. B1. Now calling B1.
So at this point, you see it's automatically calling the numbers out for us on a time basis.
I-19. Now calling I-19.
And I'm going to stop that. So that's a demonstration of the auto call feature. We can also tell it to call random here on our own time as we want to. So if I hit call random.
070. Now calling 070.
Or we could even call specific ones down here if we want to actually control it 100%. All right. And if we don't want that voice, we can turn it off right here. So let's just have a little more fun. We are going to first go to, let's say, the theme generator. This is where you can actually change the background that shows in the HUD, as well as shows on the cards and in this host console itself. So for this, I'm going to put Wizard Castle on Moonlit Night. I'm going to hit create with AI. Okay, you see a big castle in the background here. If we open back up our HUD, there it is. So if I expand that out, you'll see the castle's now in the background of the HUD too. Okay, so let's have a little bit more fun with this. I'm going to go back to game, and I'm going to close this round. We're going to do a wizard and witches type thing of bingo. We're not going to use the standard B1, I9, whatever like that. We're going to actually use words. And the way we set that up is start a round and go to word-based bingo. And here, we can type in whatever we want. In this case, I love Harry Potter. Okay, you'll notice it came back and it filled in a bunch of Harry Potter words down here. Now, we didn't have to use the AI to generate this. We could have typed in whatever words we want, come up with our own custom list. That's fine. But you basically need a list of words right here. And what you're going to do is come down and hit import. And you're going to decide, do I want to import all 75? Do I want a smaller game for 30? This is where you really need to think about how big your audience is. Obviously, with only 30 items you're choosing from, this game's going to go a lot quicker than if you have 75 different items. So I'm going to go with 30 just to make it a little smaller. Actually, let's go with 25, shortest game. And I'm going to hit load. Okay, you'll notice it made a card over here with all the different names and, little words from Harry Potter. As well as if we look at our HUD now, you'll be able to see them here as well. So let's have a little fun. I want to set the auto call on, see what it does.
Welcome to Mobo Bingo. Get ready to start. Hufflepuff. Now calling, Hufflepuff. Sirius Black. Now calling, Sirius Black.
And I just signed in.
Crumb. Now calling, Crumb.
Okay, so I shut that down. What you just saw there was that I signed in on my mobile phone by scanning the QR code that was on the HUD. Now you'll see Gig Master just popped up here. That's me. So if I click on this, you'll see the card that it just assigned to me. And this same card is actually reflecting on my phone as well here. So at this point, I can continue playing the game. If I want to, let's say that this is a nonprofit and I'm actually paying for people to get cards, I can add a card if they come up and pay me $1. Boom. Suddenly another card pops up on my phone, or I could even remove a card. Now, let's say you're a nonprofit and you wanted to start this game and you didn't want anybody to actually see cards at all. Let's close this for a second. You see here where it's initial cards per game. I could have said 0, and then when players join, they don't get cards. They have to actually walk up to you, pay you money, and then you give them a card, or you manually control them. So it's one way a nonprofit can use it. But let's start our round back. I'll leave 25 items, load. Okay, so we're now in our round here. The next thing I kind of want to show here is we talked about, my mobile phone just joined this game here, and this is what I'm seeing. Let's talk about that paper-based. What is that? Paper-based is a way that you can actually allow players who don't have access to a mobile phone to play your game there. So if you have access to a printer, you can either select multiple, print all, print selected, clear selected, or print individual here. And this is what it looks like. Click that print. I can put a Potter game. Color background is going to be the image. And I'm going to leave squares. Boom. You see, there's the image in the background here, Harry Potter game bingo. And you notice this number down here corresponds to the number that's right here on my console. So if somebody gets bingo, I can look right on my console and see they got bingo. And by the way, as the game is played, just to show you, so let's see, they have a Firebolt. All right, if I click Firebolt.
Firebolt. Now calling, Firebolt.
Notice Firebolt highlighted there. So I can actually see what they have. So I'll know if somebody had bingo before they even call bingo or when they call it. And I can validate it just by looking at my screen, and I can validate the card that the card number at the bottom should match that number there. All right. And this is everybody that's playing. So I currently have 1 paper and 1 gig game. If I want to add more paper, all I have to do is come here, add another card, add another card. I can do as many as I want. There's no limit to this. All right. Now, let's say, you know what, I really like this game setup. I want to keep it. I have, let's give it 9, 10. I have 10 cards I created. I always want to use these same cards over and over again. Here's something you can do. Go to game and go to save working bingo set. Okay, that's all it is. What this essentially just did is this saved this game setup in the background that I can load later. I can start another game session, load this bingo set in, and reuse it. So it's a way that you can actually define cards ahead of time and print them out and just keep using the same set over and over and over and over again. And by the way, printing bingo cards on our system is completely free. We don't charge for that. All right, so let me show you how that works. I'm going to close this round. I'm going to go to start a round. I'm going to go to load saved. Now, that's the one we just did right there. Load. And the last thing to really show here is the winners tab. So if we go over here, winners, as you know, users are actually playing the game with Bingo, and they go through and they're actually like marking off their cards. They have to click a button to actually call Bingo. And we tracked in the background who calls it first. So as Bingo callers come in, you'll actually see 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's really dependent upon how many bingo bingo winners you're allowing to have within your game. You set that before your game. Currently, the default's 1 per game. But you can set it to 5, 1,000, whatever you want. It's really your call. The other thing down here too is if you are running multiple games, you know, and you're starting new sessions, or rather you're starting new rounds, this multi-game winners will actually allow you to track who's winning the most games. So if you have a user that's winning multiple games, they'll show up here as well, and they'll show you the number of wins that they've had. All right. And pretty much that's it from a high level. Hopefully that covers what you're looking for. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you. Bye.